Well, it's been a very pleasant morning and afternoon out here at our campsite at the Dales National Forest campgrounds here on the way up to the east side of Mount Rainier. We got the river right over the bluff here coming out of the glacier on Mount Rainier. It's all milky and turbulent, and we get a nice breeze coming right down the chute here, which helps keep things a little bit more comfortable. The girls are doing fine. Oh yeah, they want to go play and run through the woods. If they did that, I'd probably have a hell of a time catching them or bringing them back. They'd just get excited about being out in nature and being totally, absolutely free. But they are doing really well. We'll have to work some more on some basic training, but they're good travelers already. I'm really pleased. Whenever I see these huge old trees snap off and fall, I wonder what it would have sounded like being here. Wonder how the earth felt when they fell to their death. That is a big tree. And a tall one. I always wonder. Just out here walking the campground route with Ember this time. You can hear the traffic going by. You know, the campsite, the picnic table's right there, and there's the road. So I tend to go deeper into the campgrounds where it's a little more peaceful, a little more forested. They've got really good campsites here though. I'm really pleased with how they've repaved the road and the edges. Cost a couple of bucks more, but for this kind of improvement, it's worth it. What do you say, Ember? Ember's just watching everything. Some campsites here have a nice clearing. You can pull right up. Picnic table, campfire in a nice clearing. Surrounded by tall trees. And it's quiet too, because the buffer behind me along the road is much thicker here too. So it doesn't hurt to get out and drive around, stop, walk the campsites, and find the one that's just right for your needs. Well, I don't have any worries about tonight. Dogs have done really well at home. There's no difference between that and here, except that it might be a little bit quieter without the traffic going by. They're zonked out here, just relaxing in the afternoon cool breeze. You can hear the river down below the bluff here coming out of the mountains, out of the glaciers of Mount Rainier. So this is really giving me a lot of things to plan and work on. Their training has to be done a lot more. But as far as camping and traveling in the RV, they seem to have taken to it quite well. I'm very happy. I think I'm going to be planning 2-night, 3-day trips here. Little short ones all throughout the area here in Washington and maybe elsewhere. We've got our 7-day trip coming up that I've planned for quite a while. And after that, we're just going to do short little trips around the Pacific Northwest area. All building up to our big trip we want to take in September. So, by that time, they ought to be well trained, well behaved, and ready to hit the road for several weeks if possible. So, other than that, it's a beautiful day. I couldn't ask for a nicer day for our first camp out in a national forest campgrounds up here in the Cascades along the river coming out of Mount Rainier. So, we'll just check back with you this evening when we're all inside for the night. I love it out here. Just a sense of peacefulness, solitude, quiet, smell the moss in the trees. You can hear the wind as it tickles the bough branches of the huge Douglas fir and the cedar and the hemlock. You can hear the river flowing its endless path out of the mountains down into the oceans. It just gives you time to stop and realize that no matter what you think, you are a part of this world, a part of nature, as much as a tree is. And you have to humble yourself before nature, because you're not greater than it. Yeah, you may be able to twist it and choke it and bend it to your will, but it's still mightier than you. One flood, one hurricane, one volcanic eruption sets us right back on our heels as if we were in the cave dwellers' time. It should humble all of us, really. We need to get back to nature. Get rid of all this bullshit stuff that our human minds make up and use to make sense out of what we do to satisfy our own needs. Yep. This is great. Sometimes I think I was born 200 years too late. With my strong will and love for the outdoors, I think I could have had a good life out in the nature. I don't know if I'd be a fur trader or a cowboy, but I'd be a traveler, that's for sure. I would see this country before it was fenced off, bulldozed over, blacktopped over. I'd see what it was in all its beauty. If I could do that, that's what I would do. Only trouble with the time machine is you can't go back in time because you'll be the same age you are when you left the present. I'd rather go back in time to when I'd be younger, in my early 20s, say. That'd be awesome. My work ethic would do well in those times. Oh well, we can dream. Well, it's the next morning, and the girls and I are awake. It's kind of cloudy. Not sunshine right now, but it looks like it's gonna have sunshine later. Oh hell, what a night. The dogs have been overstimulated, I think, here. Just too much to sniff, too much to explore. And I kept wondering, when are you guys going to go to the bathroom? I haven't seen anything. And so we went to bed last night, and a couple hours later, they wanted to go outside. And so I put them on the leash. We walked around outside. Nothing. Did it to both of them. That went on 3 times. Finally, I said, shit, I give up. Tell me when you really gotta go. So about sometime after 2 a.m., I think it was, the spirit's scratching at the door and kind of whining finally. So I said, okay. So I just wake up, I put them on the 16-foot leads, kick them out the door. Didn't even turn the porch light on. Gave them about 10 minutes. Then I opened it up and I flashed the light out there, and finally, they let loose. We got airplanes flying over the valley here. So after they finally finished, I went out, cleaned up, and we all came back in. I got them up here on the bed, and boy, they zonked right out after that. So did I. I was so tired. But now everything's happy-go-lucky again. I think they just have to get used to all the stimulus or something. Anyway, we're gonna have breakfast here and head home. Yeah, I'll probably sleep some more while I'm making breakfast, but yeah, I can say except for the fact that they just seemed to have constipation, or they were overstimulated and didn't want to, relieve themselves until late in the night, in the dark, a little privacy, who knows. But yeah, after that, everything was just like at home. Conked out, sleep, no problem. So yeah, it's a go. It's a go. We're going to go ahead and plan that trip out we have coming, and a bunch of other 3-day, 2-night trips I want to do this summer. And by the fall, they'll be pros. What's going on here, Spirit? Huh? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I rushed out of here to do this, that I forgot a few important things. Like I should have thrown in some more food for both the dogs and I, and their spill-proof water bowl. Yeah, so I made myself a new absolute checkoff list before I even drive away from home, to make sure I got everything, the basics I need, that I told you earlier about in another video. But yeah, there it is. The sun got the mountain peaks all lit up. We're down here in the river valley, so it's gonna take a little bit longer to get down here to us, but yeah, it's a go. It worked. The dogs did fine. They just, I think, might have been a little overstimulated for the first time out here. Just so much going on, critters, and scat to sniff, and oh well. At least I'll sleep better tonight at home. Okay, well, thanks for watching all this, and as the girls and I always say, we wish you all happy trails and woof woof. Yeah, did you like that one? Okay, catch you later.